In today's video, we see over 15 must-have Jeep accessories for 2025.
Hey guys, Britt here with American Adventure Lab. Wanted to show you some of our top selling products. The first thing that we always tell people we want to do is basically add more storage space to the back of your Wrangler. So this here is what we call a mass cargo shelf. We're in a two-door JK right now. We have versions for JKU and JLU. Also working on a really cool two-door version for the JL as well. But what this does, if you look at how this lays out, this platform is adjustable up and down about 7 or 8 inches depending on the vehicle, and it basically doubles your floor space. Plus it gives you a really secure place to mount heavy things. So if you guys want to really ratchet strap things down so they don't flop on your head on the trail, this is a great place to put them. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about is what we call a spare tire platform. So I know that's not a super creative name, but if you think about what this does, this gives you a lot of outside storage space. So a lot of times we'll have customers that put firewood up here. A lot of times we do the Gazelle tents because they don't really fit in a Wrangler in any way whatsoever. Jeeps aren't known for their great gas mileage, so we give you an extra space to store Rotopack. We can do pack outs on these corners. And of course, we've got a place to put max tracks. So all in all, the system weighs right around 20 pounds, and it's optioned out in a lot of different ways, depending on what you guys need. We make a lot of things that are not storage related. One of our new products that came out about 2 months ago, these are our modular front bumpers, currently available for the JK, JL, and JT. So what we really try to do with is maximize the value at the price point. So this setup in its base configuration is $400. So that gets you your winch plate and your 2 aluminum end caps. And we do that because we really control all the manufacturing process. So we don't have really extensive welding and grinding and finishing techniques. So if you'll notice, like, these end caps are all folded, and we've minimized all of the visibility of those folds so that we can give you a really high quality product at a low price point without a ton of labor involved in producing it. So we have some new parts available for these bumpers. We have light mounts, obviously. We have a new end cap coming out that uses the factory fog light. We've got a new soft shackle mount that we're playing with here, and these will be out very soon. But everything's built in-house, obviously made in the USA. And again, we're really focusing on the most value that we can get out of this front bumper. Not only do we have the products that we've shown you before, but we have about 2,200 SKUs total. So if you can imagine, we spend a lot of time in small vehicles, and that means we have to solve a lot of problems for storage and where to put water, where to cook from, and all that type of thing. So as you can see, we make a ton of products for the Wrangler, and we have a lot more in the hopper. So 2025 is gonna be a great year for us. Make sure you follow along.
Hi, I'm Dave from Armorlite. Let me show you the Armorlite product here that's out on the table. This is a replacement floor system. It's intended to go into your Jeep and basically replace the carpet. So your carpet would come out, this product would go in its place. The way it's different from your carpet is numerous. First, we have a really good polyester insulator that stops the heat and the noise from coming through the vehicle, whether it's road noise or tire noise. It is really good at knocking the noise down, but most importantly, the thermal performance is what our customers appreciate the most. It stops that heat right at the sheet metal. Each footwell in the Armorlite floor system has a drain hole. This hole aligns with the existing hole in your sheet metal that's already in your Jeep today. And basically we have a drain plug of multiple color options that pushes all the way through the floor and the sheet metal and locks into the sheet metal. So you would have an overlap system of your fronts. You have a mid that covers your entire back seat area going underneath the bench seat and to the waterfall. And then in most cases we have the full vehicle kit, which includes a section that goes all the way to the tailgate and up the wheelhouse covers. So essentially all the fiber and carpet in your vehicle that most people hate is removed, and it's replaced with this durable product. You would never put floor mats over this product because that functionality is already integrated into it. I'll take you over here and show it to you installed in the vehicle. So this is the rear seat of the vehicle. This is a JKU Wrangler. And basically this is what we call the mid. It fits very tightly, it fits very nicely. It is designed specifically for this model. As you can see, it fits very nicely underneath the console. It fits under the trim, and you require no tools to install this. It is basically lift your trim pieces out, raise your center console, remove your carpet, put this in its place, snap your trim back into place, and you're good to go. When you're ready to clean it up, You basically flip open your drain plugs and then you hose it out. Might require a little scrubbing here and there, but it comes back to factory clean every time. In fact, the vehicle that you're looking at right now is 3 years old. This floor is 3 years old. It's been on every trail from Rubicon to Pennsylvania, and it still cleans up and looks factory clean every time. If you'd like more information about this product, it's made in the Asheville, North Carolina area, in Old Fort, North Carolina specifically. And if you'd like to know more about the product or where to order it, you can go to goarmorlite.com. and it will ship from our factory right there in North Carolina to your front door.
Russ McConaughey with BrokenRock4x4.com. We have a new product. 25 years ago, I had a little stock TJ, and I was dragging my butt all over Moab, but I wanted to do the big trails with the big boys, and I didn't have the money for a lift kit. So I put this in my hitch, and it kept my gas tank off the ground. Because the first trail out, I bent my gas tank and scraped my hitch, and I was kind of bummed out. So I went home and built that. I used it for several years. Many years, and then over time kind of graduated out of it. But I was out with some friends here a couple weeks ago, and we had Gladiator with us, and he was dragging all over. I put this in his Jeep, and he loved it. He's like, you got to sell that. So we went to work redesigning it. I wanted a tow point, but I didn't want it hanging off the back. So I came up with a recovery point. I came up with the new design here, and so our new design, that's also our recovery point. And a step, so you can step on that when you're getting in. It just slides in your receiver, and this has been tested. We tested it up to 45,000 pounds. We recommend 15,000 pounds on the tow point. Look it up at BrokenRock4x4.com, and you can find them on our website. Our Instagram is related to that, so you'll be able to find us there.
Hi, this is Offroad at Asfir 4x4 USA. You probably know us by our skid plates that we make and sell for many vehicles, but today I want to talk with you about our new product, which is the Asfir 4x4 frame mounted rock slider with a step. This thing would carry the entire vehicle weight, either when using a jack like this or when sliding on a rock. This thing is mounted directly to the frame using our 1/4-inch steel brackets, bolt-on brackets. As you see, this is made out of 2 profiles of steel, 3 millimeter each. So that makes it eventually 6 millimeter, which is 1/4-inch steel. So super strong, super sturdy. And this would take anything you can throw at it. It still functions as a great step with a lot of surface to step on. So if you want to find out what kind of vehicles we have it available to, we got it all on our website. We got it for Gladiators, 4Runners, Tacomas, the new Land Cruiser, 250 series, and more to come. So if you like to find more information about these or any other products that we sell, you can find it on asfir.com.
Hey guys, my name is Sam Patterson. I'm the owner of Primera Pro Off-Road. We offer a host of different products. We make textile products. We've got winch line straps. You know, they're basically to keep your fingers away from hooks, or if you're using like a Yankum Fair Lead, it's a good way to get the rope out. If you're using a Factory 55 hook or something, an Ultra hook, we've got this little half twist in there. It makes it really easy to kind of cinch it up. It cinches nice and tight. So that's what we got going on here. But our flagship product is called the camber handle. Now there's 2 different sizes. There's a long one and a short one, and I'll explain why that's important. There's also black or brown, but this is the strongest grab handle in the industries, including metal, to be totally honest. If you come over here and look at the Jeep, this is what it looks like installed. In this orientation, meaning in the orientation of a handle, the maximum working load is mid 45,000 pounds. So it's plenty strong. It's winchable. So if you were to tip over or you're tipping over, you can throw a winch line on this, and you can actually winch on the handle itself. This design is patented and it's proprietary to Primera Pro. So you can find other grab handles, but this exact design you can only get at Primera Pro. If we jump over here, I can show you, this is kind of how it works. So the back of the strap's got rubber on it, which inhibits the handle from sliding back and forth. But the way that the rope connects to the strap is with this nice little tunnel, which allows the handle to sort of swivel back and forth, which is important. If you're getting in on an angle, you can pull on it. Or if you throw a winch line on there, it'll sort of pivot toward what you're doing. But the way you get it on and off, you just pop the leather thing off, you grab that strap, you pull down, and they just pop right off. These are all made in the United States. They're made in Utah, as a matter of fact. We're in Moab, Utah, so they're just made a couple hours up the road. We offer a warranty on all of our products. If you have any questions or concerns about any of them, you're free to visit our website. It's Primera Pro. You can just Google Primera Pro. The spelling is actually on the back of my shirt, primera-pro.com, or you can find us on Instagram. Just look up Primera Pro.
Hey everybody, my name is Kevin Robinson and my company is called TRAC. We're going to show you our #1 selling tool, which is our TRAC Tire Jack. This is our leverage tool you see right here. This is a tool that you would stick underneath a tire. Using leverage, you pick it up to do the install on and off the vehicle. We have an accessory plate here. This is called our roller plate accessory. This bolts to the top of the tool and allows you to align the wheel to the hub for the simple install on and off the vehicle. When we're in the dirt, we tell people to source a plate of steel like this. That gives you a nice flat spot to roll on in the dirt, nice and easy. We have other products as well in our inventory, and I'm going to walk you over here and show you what we have. Over here, we've got a top cradle that we bolt to a floor jack of your choice. This allows you, with these rollers, to rotate your wheel side to side, nice and easy. Simple install, the jack would come up underneath the tire, and you'd rotate the tire on and off, no problem. From here, we have a cart here that when your vehicle's up on a lift, you can roll this underneath the cart. You would pump up the floor jack, support the weight of the tire as the tire rotates. Again, you can line it up to the hub, and once it's all bolted on, you would just drop the cradle out of the way. Nice and simple. You can get yours at liftwithtrack.com.
All right, Chase here with GlueTread. GlueTread has the first patented sidewall repair option. So what you can see here is this is our sidewall bond. These are our patches we use to put on the sidewall of the tire. You can see that is turned into one piece of rubber there. Coming over the tire here, now this patch has been on here. This was put on this morning. This patch has 10,000 miles on it. These patches have anywhere between 2,000 and 4,000 miles. And so these have been running for a long time, right? This is marketed as a product to get you off the trail. If you have any sort of sidewall damage, sidewall puncture, slice, and you see that there. And then people wanted a complete kit. They wanted an option where you could not only fix the sidewall with the sidewall patch that we have, but an option with a valve stem repair and plug for any of the tread area. So what we did was we came out with these T-handles. Everything here, as you see, made in the USA, like our entire kits. Patches are in Ohio. These T-handles and tools are done in Montana. CNC aluminum, and then your safety seal plugs that you're used to seeing. All of that in our complete kit. You'll find our full-size kit with the red Jeep on it. That's the sidewall repair only. You can find it on Amazon, you can find it on our website. If you guys need any more information, you can check us out at www.gluetread.com.
Hey everybody, my name is Mike with Metalcloak. We are a manufacturer based out of Northern California, Rancho Cordova specifically. We have been building parts for primarily Jeeps for about the past 15 years, although since then we have branched into Ram products, Toyota products, Grenadier, Bronco, all kinds of different vehicles, but primarily a suspension-based company. So we do suspension for all the Jeeps, all the way back to the TJs, the LJs, JKs, JL, JT, and so on. We are a shock company, so we develop shocks. This is our new Rock Sport Black for the Jeep JK, JL, and JT. We have this coming out in a coilover version for the Bronco as well. And this shock here is our 6-pack. This is our rock crawling shock that has the most compressed length and extended length of any shock on the market. So if you're a rock crawler, that's how you're going to get the most flex in the world. We have a couple other shocks coming out as well. Our Rocksport Reds, we have a monotube coming out that is a 2.0 aluminum body. Those are all going to be for Jeep specifically. We do skid plates, bumpers, rockers. We do a lot of interior parts, cargo parts. We are also the owner of carbon axle shafts, so we do axle shafts for Jeeps primarily. And we have a rack company, Adventure Rack Systems. So we do racks for all the Jeep platforms as well, from JK all the way up through JT. We love to work with you. If you got questions about your rig, just give us a call. Even if it's something not even related to products we sell and you got questions about how to build it, we are your guys. Our sales specialists love to talk build, so give them a call.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I'm with Duct Aid. We are a first aid kit company with medical grade duct tape. So the tape does everything that regular duct tape would do, but it's also medical grade, so it has a clean, safe adhesive to it, so it's not going to cause any rashes, irritation, infection on your skin. Essentially, this replaces all the Band-Aids in your first aid kit. So it does have markings here, as you can see, for different types of injuries. Whatever you might need would be there if you want to use those, but nothing's perforated, so you can tear as big or small of a piece at whatever you might need. So that's the Band-Aids in the kit, and then everything in this tray over here is also included in the first aid kit. You have basic medications, alcohol pads, burn cream, scissors, tweezers, all different kinds of non-adherent pads and gauze. All of this fits inside of the cloth here. Everything is labeled. It all goes right in its individual pockets, so you're not going to be fumbling around trying to find something in an emergency. You can see exactly what you have there. This would fold twice, it rolls up and fits inside your tape here, and then this is the full first aid kit. So you can see it comes with 30 feet of tape there, and then has the kit rolled up inside. It does have a little extra room there as well. If you wanted to add anything else that you might need in there, you can. And then to set on top, we have a couple pairs of gloves and disposable bags, just to try to keep things as sanitary as you can. So that's our first aid kit. We also sell the tape individually on its own. If you wanted just a roll of 10-foot tape, we have that as well. Any other questions you might have, you can visit us at our website at ductaid.co.
Jake with EzFlate. I am the manager for sales, but also let's call it the exhibitor specialist. So what we're going to do today is cover the function of airing up, airing down, our four-way kit line and our compressor line, also the importance of why we need to air up and air down when we go wheeling. So when we air down, the reason why we want to air down when we wheel is that way the tires can have more traction on the rocks and the sand. It also makes it a more comfortable ride. Now most people, or a lot of people actually, will do it individually. That takes time. That also kind of hurts the back a little bit. So we created our products to make it more convenient and to get on the trail faster. So the first product that we started out with, this is called our four-way recoil hose system. It does connect to all four tires. These size tires, to start, for example, 35s. So the way that they set up is that you connect this to the center manifold, which is what this device is. And it just clicks in, like so. You do that for both sides, and it's going to read the pressure of all four. Now, if you're wondering, oh, how does it connect to all four tires? We designed our own chucks, because there's different chucks, but we designed these to be easily, you pull that sleeve down, it pops off. To put it on the stem, just a little bit of pressure and it locks on the stem. You do that for all four. Sometimes if the stem is receded in the wheel and it gets hard to get to, we do create a product that can actually extend into it. Also, the other common question that we get is, does it work with apex stems? Yes, it does. We actually worked with them for it to actually fit in with the apex stem, so that way they can easily just lock on. So once all four chucks, which is what we call them, are locked on, this center manifold will read the pressure for all four tires, and it's also going to equalize the pressure in all four. So if your front two tires are different from the rear, it's actually going to balance out. So all four tires currently are 26.4, 26.5. And then to air down, this sleeve right here, you just open it. So that's airing down all four currently. This number is obviously not correct because this is energy passing through. So to recheck what the pressure is, you close the valve and then it reads the next pressure. So what people commonly do here, and what I suggest, is every 30 seconds while this is releasing air, once 30 seconds pass, close it and check what that pressure is. And eventually, once you get that gauge, you can put a timer on your phone and you'll be able to know when it's done. So for me, for example, I'm on 35-inch tires. My highway PSI is about 35. I go down to 10. It takes me about 3 minutes to get there. And so I usually put a timer on my microphone for like 3 minutes, and then I know I'm done. Once it's done, you close it, then you go to each tire, and you're going to want to disconnect each chuck on all 4. Then you take apart the middle, and then you're actually ready to hit the trail. Once you're done actually hitting the trail and you're ready to air back up, same application when you put it back on the chuck. So just put it on the stem, connect all 4. This is our most common and let's just say our most popular compressor, which is the Moab Auto Air. So you just clamp it on to the battery, and then you take this hose, really just slides on. Make sure this valve is open so that way air can pass through. And then on here, it's a little sunny so it may be hard to see, but you can press the plus and the minus to actually set the PSI you want to go to. So I'm having it at 30. We saw the number flashing and now it's not flashing anymore. That means it's set. Then you press multi. Now that's airing up all 4 tires at the same time, and that will automatically stop once it hits that PSI. What it will do sometimes is that it will pause in between, which it should do so shortly, because it's going to recalibrate the pressure just like this. So when that happens, it's totally normal. It's rechecking the pressure and then it's going to continue. So in the meantime, while it's airing up all 4, you can literally do whatever you want. On a hot day like today, you could be in your Jeep with the AC cranked on because nobody wants to be sweating in that weather. Or if it's cold outside, have the heat on. If you want to talk to your friends in the meantime, you can do it. And this will automatically shut off. You don't have to baby it at all. So that is how the Moab Auto Air functions. Again, that is the most popular product. That is how our 4-way kit happens, along with this is called the standard manifold. The other option that we have for hose kit is going to be at this other Jeep over here. So this hose kit you see, it's called the Hyperflex. I will say this one is probably one of the most popular ones that we sell because it can actually just wind it up much easier. Wind it up, wind it up. You do that and you just put it in the bag. The recoil kit, you just have to put it in the bag a little bit more tidy. So we're just gonna hook this guy back up to the tire. Chuck is the same thing on this kit. Just slide it right on the stem. Does not need much pressure whatsoever. And then you're gonna notice we have a different compressor and a different manifold here. So this is called our Air Command. So Air Command is actually a device where you can digitally set it to air up and air down, and it'll automatically shut off. So you can adjust it how you want it to go. Let's say 28. Again, once it's done flashing, you open it up, and again, this will automatically shut off once it hits 28.8, and it's going to recheck it as well to recalibrate the pressure. So we're just going to close that in the meantime, because when we air back up, same thing. This compressor is called our case. It is the second most popular compressor that is paired with our systems. So this is actually built into a hard case. So it's built into it. Same CFM as our dual compressor that we just talked about before. All our dual compressors are 10.6 CFM, so twice the speed of the other competitors, but for a fraction of the price. So to set up this compressor, same thing, just clamps onto the battery. Once it's clamped on, you're going to take this hose, it's going to go into this fitting, slide it on, it's going to lock on. This guy is then going to lock onto here. To air up, make sure that is open because we want air to pass through. Same thing. We're just going to press the plus button and then we're going to set it to where we want it to go to. Let's say 35. Once it's done flashing, it's set. And then on the case compressor, we just press that power button. And that's airing up all 4 right now. And then that's going to recheck the pressure. So when it does pauses like that, it's totally normal. You want your compressor to do that. And that's the pressure release. So again, this compressor will automatically shut off once it hits the pressure that you set on the Air Command. And this can also, again, You can digitally set it to where you want it to go down to and it'll shut off, and same for inflation. Something that adds a little bit more, let's just say, convenience for everybody. Once you're done, again, valve, make sure it's closed so no pressure is released. Disconnect that. Same thing, take off the tire chucks first and then disconnect it off the side. Again, the way that you do that, this sleeve right here just simply pops off. Simple as that. The reason why there's pressure is this is still attached to the tires. This is why you want the tires disconnected first, that way you don't lose the pressure. So again, that is air command, that is the case compressor. I will say tire size, if you have size, let's say 35-inch tires or larger, always recommend our dual compressors that are 10.6 CFM because it will be faster, it's better pressure. Because we do have some single compressor right here, and that's going to be called the Mesa Auto Air. So the Mesa Auto Air is actually the single compressor. So if you have, let's say, 33-inch tires or smaller, that's going to do the trick, has a better price point as well. That is 5.6 CFM. That has the same digital function as the first compressor we just talked about, set it, forget it function. And then these two guys right here, just to show you, is called the Air Boost and the Air Boost Pro. So not only do we sell products for off-roading, but we also sell products for like your average Joe and the average car. So sometimes if you have a low pressure one tire, you get a flat tire. This guy can hook up to the tire. You can digitally set it to what you want to go to, and it'll inflate and shut off on its own as like a backup inflator. There are also jump packs. So if you have a dead car, dead battery, you can hook that up to the battery and it'll jump start it too. That way you can be covered all around. So that is the majority of our product line. We do have a few other compressors. Again, all our duals are the same, DSI 10.6. We are a family-run, family-owned company, so EzFlate actually started, I would say, 4 years ago. So we do handle our customer support. We don't believe that when you buy our product, like it's like buy it, good luck. We truly believe that when you buy it, you join the EzFlate family, and we take care of everybody the best that we can. So, but yeah, come by, check us out. We do have a website, EzFlate.com, but overall, we take care of our own. We believe in our products. We believe in making everybody's lives easier. And again, we're not just a product that people purchase. We're a service. We're a family. So you can join us anytime. We're happy to help you out.
Hey guys and gals, this is Brian with Goose Gear here. We are at Easter Jeep Safari right now, and we are actually showcasing our new Jeep JL high seat deletes and platforms. So this is a brand new product. This is actually the Brad's favorite package, as in Brad from Trail Recon. Basically has a 60% high, has a fridge module here, Dometic fridge drawer, and then a drawer storage here, and then it has a 40% seat delete up in the front. And this basically allows you to sleep inside the car with that pillow extension at the very front that goes behind the seat. And then you have a place like a mudroom basically where you can take and put your shoes on and off when you're getting in and out of the car. And then also you have tons of storage, just an incredible amount of storage back here. And that's pretty much it. This is our new Jeep JL system, and we'll be doing this also for the 4xe coming up here pretty quick, and some other vehicles. So thanks for checking us out. Again, it's Brian with Goose Gear, and you can find us at goose-gear.com or on Instagram at Goose Gear.
Hi, I'm Rob with Nemesis Industries. We've got our new front bumper, rear bumper, and inner fender liners. We wanted to bring out a new bumper to showcase a cut system, so you're cutting off the frame horns. We're also cutting the frame up as well, so we're gaining additional clearance. Typical to the Nemesis style, we have an aluminum skin, we have a steel winch plate system. We added the bar and the light tabs and gussets, so that all comes with it. We'll have a bracket kit for doing a light bar. It's set up for any centered winch drum. Our new fender liners are now a universal fender liner. It'll work with everybody's flares, gives additional clearance. You can see we go all the way back beyond the body mount now. This one's set up specifically for the TerraFlex coilovers. We also have them for rock crawler coilover system as well. And then of course the factory suspension. For the rear bumper, we did the same thing. We cut off the back of the frame. We cut it off at the rear body mounts. We've got bracketry that goes back in there to support the rear body mount. You can see we were able to tuck it all the way back in there. So if you'd like some more information on these products, check out our website, nem-ind.com.
Hey, my name is Michael Burns. I'm the owner of Code 4 LED, and we've got some great quality lighting for sale at a very good price. You can go through and you can see a variety of our products. We've got brand new design lights that we just brought out this year, as well as multi-function light bars, as well as multi-color. So it starts off white, flip of the switch goes to amber, flip of the switch does both, flip of the switch gives you a strobe, and then a strobe amber, and then a strobe of both. And then we've got that same light in a dual row. And then as well as that, we've got our big mod bars that everybody's liking to get on their Jeeps and side-by-sides. And then we've got our big table with all our big bright ones. We've got our new dice lights, which come with the amber covers as well as blackout covers. They also have a daytime running light built into them, as well as our Apollos, which is kind of our flagship light right now. It's a good 7-inch, 7,000 raw lumens, as well as 2-color DRL, white and amber. It's a phenomenal light. I know personally, I have 4 of them on my Jeep that work great when you get out overlanding or anything like that. So to find our products, you can go to code4ledsupply.com. We're all over social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube.
Hi, this is Jason with Tuffy Security Products. Thank you for coming in and taking a look at our new products. We got a wide variety of products that we've always had. Traditionally, Tuffy has always been a steel manufacturer. And with that, that's been our consoles, our underseat lock boxes, our drawers, but secure automotive storage to make sure nothing walks away when you walk away. However, in 2025, we are innovating. We are pioneering and finding new solutions for you, and that is where the Tuffy 75 comes into play. So this is a gearbox. This is a dry locking lock box that is not a cooler. I want to be clear about that. It is not thermal insulated, so it's not going to hold ice, but it's going to keep your gear dry. So whether you're driving through rain, snow, it's out in the elements, dust, it's going to keep all that out of there, so that way no matter what gear you put in here, it's going to stay nice and dry. But here's the really cool thing. This is the first dry box on the market that's going to have an integrated lock, as you see right here. So this is the world's first locking dry box to make sure it stays nice and secure, eliminating the need for any padlocks whatsoever. So imagine being able to put this in the cargo area of your Jeep, the bed of a truck, or even on the hitch or a roof mount, and knowing that it can stay in the parking lot and nobody has access to the interior contents of the box itself. One of the nice things that we've done about this box is not only the integrated lock to have that secure storage, but we wanted to make sure it would be stackable on top of one another. So that's where our locking pins are being used to make sure that you can stack these to each box to one another or to the vehicle. And it's just a very simple press of the button with some ball pins at the bottom to keep it nice and secure. So again, this is the Tuffy 75, and you can find this at tuffyproducts.com.
Hi, Tamina with Cooler Rings here. We have a cooler with us everywhere we go with our family, whether it's picnicking or barbecues, out four-wheeling, and our drinks would fall all over. They would fall down, be in the bottom of the ice water, or they would bounce around and hit each other and break. So we decided to invent cooler rings, individual rings. You put a drink in each one, and then they'll hold your drinks upright. It'll keep them cushioned so they don't bang against each other. We've got them in standard size cans, some smaller ones for seltzer size cans, and then we actually have some thicker ones if you've got a 12-volt fridge or if you snowmobile. Once they're in your snowmobile bag, you take one out, the rest aren't going to go anywhere. We're based in Nevada. If you'd like more information, our website is www.coolerrings.com.
My name is Mark Hayward. I'm with Rockslide Engineering, showing off our new mid-front bumper for the Jeep. This is for the Jeep JL. It's got an aluminum outer shell, steel internals. With the steel internals, it is flat towable. We also have the bull bar that's part of this, which will accommodate a 20-inch light bar. As you can see there as well, it also works with the factory fog lights or aftermarket fog lights that are 4 inches. This is our rear bumper. It's aluminum outer shell, steel internals. It has spots where you can add lights to it. We have right here the Baja design lights that we've put with our bumper. It is capable of keeping your factory hitch as well. And we also have a hitch slider that you could put in the factory hitch, which will help protect it. This is our Rockslide Engineering step sliders. Makes it easier to get in your vehicle. Has a 12-inch drop, which means it makes it easier for you to get in. Here are our cowl mounts. They make it nice so you can mount aftermarket lights on your cowls on the Jeep JLs. Makes a nice clean finish. These are built in Logan, Utah. All the stuff we do here is made in the USA. If you want to learn more, go to rockslideengineering.com.
This is Red Dog Tools. I'm Dave, and we do vehicle-specific toolkits. Everything you need for brakes, suspension, steering, and drivetrain. And we've got the brand new Toyota, the new generation of Toyotas, the 4Runner, the Tacoma, and the Land Cruisers and the Lexus. This kit will do brakes, suspension, steering, and drivetrain. This is a gear wrench kit. We do 2 brands. But the key is to go bumper to bumper and make sure that you have a socket where you need a socket and a wrench where you need a wrench. And this is not to replace all of your tools. This is to get you home. So you don't want to take your whole shop with you when you go out overlanding or adventuring or wheeling. You just need to take the stuff that will help you get home. So that's what we do. Too many people bring too much stuff. And the idea here is put the stuff you need in your rig and leave it there. So it's always there. You're always prepared. And you don't have to worry that you don't have the right stuff and start throwing extra stuff in your vehicle. We go to the detail of getting, your axle hub nut. This is the axle hub nut that you need for your new Toyota. We do Toyotas. We also do Jeeps and Broncos, side-by-sides, Sprinter vans, and other vans. We're just wanting to make sure you get home. If you want to learn more, you can go to reddogtools.com and check out and see if we've got your vehicle listed. If not, there's a form you can fill out and request, and we can go out and do the research.
Hi, I'm Chrissy with Jeep Cables, and we are here at Easter Jeep Safari, and we are featuring our Big 7 kits. So we do vehicle-specific battery cable replacement kits, and we use premium quality wire, we use USA sourced components, and we build these kits ourselves in Vancouver, Washington. And basically we brought kind of a few of our kits to showcase what we can do, but we have a lot of kits available on our website also. We do kits for Jeeps and Toyota, and also we started doing Dodge Cummins and Ford Power Strokes and some of the older Ford OBS Bronco stuff. Basically, we try to make replacing your battery cables an easy job. So we have different gauge wires. We start out with our 4 gauge, which is a stock size replacement, just to get your vehicle back running smoothly again. And then we do a 2 gauge wire, which is an upgrade if you're running some accessories and lights, etc. And then we also do a 1/0 size for your Jeep, which if you're upgrading your alternator and you're running a lot of accessories and pulling a lot of power, then a 1/0 is very helpful. We label all of the ends to help make the job really easy. You basically just follow the labeled end to the cable in your vehicle and you end up pulling it off and replacing. All of our lugs are sized to the size of the bolts inside your vehicle already, so everything's the correct length. And a lot of times people ask, well, why do I need to replace my battery cables? And there's 2 different reasons why you'd want to replace your battery cables. Either your vehicle is older and you've started to get some corrosion, which maybe you don't see the corrosion, but you will notice it with maybe a slow start, dimmer lights, your windshield doesn't go up as quickly as it used to. And replacing the battery cables kind of refreshes your electrical system and gets your equipment running like it should. Another reason you'd want to upgrade your battery cables is the amperage you're drawing. So if you have a lot of accessories, you're upgrading your alternator, you need to run more power through your cables, you want to get the bigger cables so that you're getting all of that electricity flowing and making your equipment work properly. And then in the case of like the Dodge kits, the trucks go through a lot of miles and a lot of usage, and so they are burning through battery cables and they need to replace the cables. Sometimes your batteries are overcharging because the power isn't running correctly through your system, and so you'll want to replace the cables to get your equipment running properly and not causing damage, like blowing up your second battery. And we started adding fun color wraps to the kits too. So here's just a couple of the colors we have available, but it adds a little protection to the wires, but it also adds just some fun colors. And like in this one, we did the 2 different colors, black and red and black and blue, positive and negative colors. So if you'd like to check out what we offer and get some more information about us, go ahead and just check out our website, jeepcables.com.
Hi, this is John with OTB Designs. We have a couple new products we're showing off this year. We've got factory JL JT Rubicon hood scoops. You can see here with our kit, we can let the air out and everything here. This is your factory one. And our big secret is we've got a filter in ours that keeps the water out, lets the air through. So then we get it to still drain in the factory location. So you get the benefits of getting all that heat, under hood heat out of there, especially important in trail riding or bumper to bumper traffic with the AC on. It's relatively simple. I mean, the hardest part is taking the Dremel tool and cutting the back of the hood scoop out, so very user-friendly at home. We're at $200 for the whole kit, just both sides. You'll notice a significant reduction in how much your fan runs, your under hood temperature, which is hard to measure, and stuff. So that's the big benefit to that. So here's our kit installed on our Jeep. We've been running it for 4+ years on here. So you can just see there, it's a little dusty from all the good trail rides today, or this week and stuff, but we had an unfortunate circumstance twice that the engine put itself in limp mode because of heat. And this has totally eliminated that. The diesel guys are really liking this too, especially if they're pulling a little trailer or climbing some mountain passes and stuff. But everybody's really enjoying it. We've had no negative feedback at all. So it's a simple, effective product that we're proud to present. Over here, Warren Xeon winch mount controller. It's kind of doesn't have a great reputation for the battery lasting very long, and I kept losing it in the Jeep. So we designed a new mount for it with a half of the wireless charger in it. We give you a whole new back to your controller with the other half of it in there. So now you're all in the Jeep, you go like that, now it's charging and it doesn't slide under the seat or get lost, so you're having a hard time finding it when you're looking for it. So any more information, please go ahead, look us up at otb.com. and we'll take care of you from there. Any questions, concerns, and stuff like that, one-off projects, that's what we do. Don't be afraid to give us a contact. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Steve Roberts with Advanced Adapters. We make engine to transmission adapters. This happens to be one of our bell housings we make right here. This is a reproduction of a factory Jeep 4-liter bell housing to a 5-speed AX15 transmission or New Venture 3550, used mainly in like the Jeep lineup from mid 1994 through like 2004. We also sell transmissions. Our display here today, we're showing we have a AX15 transmission. We sell these transmissions brand new. We do all kinds of retrofits from stock Jeep stuff to early Bronco retrofits, plus a lot of other applications that whatever you can think of. We can put it to all kinds of different engines, and we have different transfer cases that go behind. Most people know us at Advanced Adapters for our flagship product, which is the Atlas transfer case. The Atlas transfer case is a gear-driven unit that we use for all kinds of applications. It's kind of the Jeep early Bronco starts out, but we can fit it into many applications. Completely gear driven, synchronized, shift on the fly. It's all independent controlled, so you have 2 shifters. You have one shifter that's going to be for your rear axle, which would be, it has high range. You have another shifter for the front axle. You engage that gives you 4-wheel drive high range. You can put that back in neutral. You can shift the transfer case to low range, so your low range gear. We have all kinds of different options from 1.5 to 2 to 1. We have a 3 to 1, a 3.8, a 4.3 to 1 option, also a 5 to 1. Depending on what you're building and what you're doing, you can have just rear-wheel drive low range. You can have 4-wheel drive low range for your 4-wheel drive, and what most people like about it is many people refer to as a front dig. So you can put the rear back in neutral and have just front-wheel drive. You can use the emergency brake and stuff to pivot, relocate the vehicle, makes turning in tight quarters a lot easier. They're all built to order. We do tons of applications from early Jeeps all the way through a brand new 392 JL. We also have a 4-speed unit that gives you 3 low range ratios. We're not displaying that here today, but we have those. More information, you can always find us at advancedadapters.com or look us up on social media, Advanced Adapters on Facebook or Instagram.
Hey, this is Jim Hughes from Trail Ready Wheels. If you don't know anything about us, we do make beadlock wheels in forged and flow formed, which are flow formed are 40% stronger than cast wheels. We have UTV wheels. This is our rock ring right here. 17 inch is our most popular, and we do have a lot of rock bouncers, Ultra 4 guys, trophy truck guys, all racing on our wheels with great success. They're one of the toughest in the industry. On the Ford over here, we have a 20-inch simulated beadlock for the people that don't want a full beadlock wheel and have that look. And then if you want any more information, you can find us at Trail Ready, which is also our bumpers and wheel website, TR Beadlocks, on Instagram. We're always posting there, and message any questions as well.
My name is Greg, and my wife Erin. We own a company called Premier Power Welder, and what this is an underhood welding system. This system will weld literally up to 2-inch steel with multiple passes, of course. With 1/8-inch rod, you can weld 3/16 steel with 1 pass. And it has to be permanently mounted in the vehicle. You have to change the alternator. The alternator is a special alternator. Your factory alternator will not work. You have to mount the box in a location that you choose. We can help you with that. When the system is in, this is your charging system. This takes the place of your factory charging system. When you're going to weld, you always turn this on at idle. You turn this switch on, this needle will move up with RPMs. You have to increase the RPMs of the engine. You bring this needle up into the weld mode and get your leads plugged in and all that, and go to town, do your welding. When you're operating this, the welder, and you have the switch on, the master switch is on. If you need to use this is a 110 volt outlet, and this is DC only. So in other words, it'll operate brush type grinder, anything like that. No sensitive electronics, no capacitor start motors or anything like that. Turn this on, this needle's gonna come up into the power tool mode. And at that point, you can cut and grind and all that. And like I said, no sensitive electronics here, only a DC type brush type grinder. Most of your Makita grinders, most of your DeWalt grinders, Milwaukee grinders all work with that. When you're done cutting and grinding, you turn this switch off, you leave this switch on, and at that point you finish your welding, and when you're done you idle down, let everything settle down, and then you turn this switch off and you unplug your welding leads and hit the trail. And you can reach us at premierpowerwelder.com.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt with Synergy Manufacturing. We do steering and suspension for Ford, Jeep, and Dodge. If you got a solid axle, we probably have parts for you. One of our fun little displays here is we like to show kind of our control arms and what you can come and get from us. So this is our bolt-on long arm kit for the JL. It has our frame bracket that gets tucked under the frame, bolts right in. You can see here's a little kind of piece of the frame. Everything goes in, nice big 2-inch chunks of steel right underneath holding you up. We have our own springs. They're fantastic, a really good rate, easy to put on. And then on the other side, just to show the difference, we have our short arms. They're great if you're not trying to go extreme. They're a really strong, hard product that is gonna bolt right in without any cutting, bending, or nothing. And you can see, here's again your frame, arm, right on, same springs, everything. It's a great bolt-on addition to your Jeep. That's kind of our suspension. It works for a lot of different things. The other thing we're very proud of is our steering. So we have on display our Jeep JL in the back there. Right here is one of our newer products. It's our Ford Super Duty steering. We got everything you need, a heat-treated chromoly 1 3/4 tie rod. We have an 1 3/4 track bar, 1.5 drag link, all made here in America, good steel. You can get replacement parts at a great price. This is our Jeep Gladiator. It's one of my favorite Jeeps. This thing goes everywhere. It's got our 1 3/4 Ford steering, because this has our Super Duty axle swap kit on it. So we're running a Ford steering, but still running Jeep and everything. It's pretty much a bolt-on kit with some minimal welding. It should be coming out sooner than later. This thing is a donkey off-road. It pulls and goes anywhere you need it to. And kind of last one of our newer products we'd like to show off, we have replacement steel knuckles for your Jeep JL or JT. If you have aluminum, this is a huge upgrade. If you're running steel, we've added some more meat and big load path areas. That's still an upgrade even over the steel. Highly recommend these. Come check us out at synergymfg.com.